Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to E3 2013. We are here on the final day. We have seen so much over the past couple days, and this was actually a title that we got to see a lot of on Monday during the Ubisoft presentation. The 5th Rayman title, direct sequel to the 2011 Rayman Origins. We've got Rayman Legends and a live gameplay demo for you guys. Joining me is Emil Morel, the lead game designer. Thank you very much
Thanks
for joining
having
us.
me. It's great to be here. Great to show the game again. Really excited about it.
Very excited as well. I mean, these games for me personally are great because I remember loading up my PS1 and experiencing Rayman for the first time.
Yeah.
And now to see, you know, the fantastic graphics that you guys, you know, the new style that you've gone for, just really fantastic. And also, the platforming for this one looks amazing.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, the challenge for us was to make a good sequel to Rayman Origins, you know, and it's difficult when you have such a big and actually very good game. It was a challenge for us to make sure that we could still surprise people, bring new elements to the 2D platform genre. And so here it's a very good example of what we have actually. It's the fourth world of the game. The world is called 20,000 Lums Under the Sea, so it's a reference to Jules Verne. Also a reference to some of the James Bond movies, you know, with the underwater base under the ocean. Actually what you see here is that we're bringing stealth gameplay to the Rayman game. So you have these lights, these green lights, and you have to make sure that you stay in the shadow, not to go in these lights. Because if you go in the lights, you get fried. So you have to play with shadow and light to progress in the levels. And this is really something new. Each world actually in the this Rayman game brings something new. And here it's an interesting level because it's what we call the Murphy level. So on the Wii U, one player is playing Murphy on the touchscreen of the Wii U gamepad and is helping the other players to progress. So he can tickle enemies, he can cut ropes, and all sorts of action, move platforms, actually in this level it does most of this action to create shadow for the other players to make sure they don't get spot in the light.
How fun was it for you guys to kind of take, you know, your characters, their design, and what they are and what they do, and then use the Wii U technology to sort of add that, because it's such a great use of the Wii U controller.
I think right from the beginning when we decided that the game would be on the Wii U, we wanted to make sure that we would really use all the functionality of the Wii U, so the touchscreen, the gyroscope function, and the fact that you have two screens in fact. So it's very interesting for us to make sure that the Murphy character sees different things on the screen than the other players, and that he has really different actions. So this is a great example of what we call asymmetric co-op gameplay. So this is really a good showcase of this. And I guess people will really see that we're one of the games that uses the most all the great functionality of the Wii U gamepad.
And we actually don't have it on screen, but you could see who we've got driving the demo, you know, using the full range of motion.
Yeah.
Very
it's
nice.
really important for us to make sure that you use all these things. So as you can see here, he just protected the other player by moving this big pipe, and this is really, for Murphy, what is funny is that it's kind of a, you know, almost a puzzle gameplay. He has to really think about what he's doing, and the other players are platforming, punching enemies, so they really have to rely on Murphy. But what is cool is that Murphy can also, if he wants, he can kill the other enemies, you know, do some cheap tricks on them. So this is important for us.
Fun.
Yeah, it's what we call, actually we call it competition. So you have to work together, but sometimes you can also kill your friends if you want. And this is really important for us in the Rayman universe. So the game we have this time is really huge. It's 120 levels, more than 120 levels.
Wow.
It takes you over more than 20 hours of gameplay to finish the whole game fully. We also have this time an online challenge mode, which is something really new in the Rayman universe. So every time you connect to the game, every day you have some online challenges automatically generated thanks to our random generating system. So you will always have new content when you come back to the game. And in these online challenges, you have to compete with players from all over the world to basically be the best Rayman player. You know, you have leaderboards every day, and you have.
Can you give us a example of some of the of like a challenge, like a time challenge?
Exactly. So some of challenges are basically what you call go as far as you can. So you have to go as far as you can without dying.
Okay.
So that's the biggest distance you make, and you will be the best player. Some of them are actually time challenge, like for instance, get 200 lums in a limited time. So you have to make sure you get these 2,000 looms as fast as possible. So yeah, these are kind of the rules of these challenges, and again the rules are changing every day, and the settings of the challenges are changing every day. So it's a really rich online mode. What we are showing also at E3 is the mini soccer game that we have it's a mini game of soccer actually set in the Rayman universe. So of course you have to kick the ball to score, but you can also punch your friends, which is what we really love.
And that's an online mode too?
No, it's just a local
okay.
multiplayer, but it will be unlocked right from the beginning of the game, so you will be able to play it with your friends. If you have friends coming by, and you can play this really mini game. So actually, I don't like to call it a mini game because it looks very simple and it's easy to pick up, but it's really there's a lot of depth in it, and you can really learn to be better and learn new tricks every time.
That's awesome. Let's talk a little. I mean, you guys kind of, reimagined and brought a new experience in Rayman Origins, and the art. I mean, absolutely, it's one of those games you look at. It's just gorgeous. It is really a work of art. So, anything that you guys learned from that improved on what you guys are offering in Rayman Legends?
Actually, this is a great example of the new things we've done. Now we have a dynamic lighting system, allowing us to change the light on the characters and in the levels dynamically. And this just gives you the feeling that the characters are more integrated, in the different settings. When they go in the shadow, they become dark. When they go in the light, there's more light on them. So it's basically like 3D characters, only we're still in 2D. And also what we've been doing, and that's what we're going to see in the next level, is now we have the possibility to add 3D elements in our 2D engine. So you will see that now we have big 3D boss fights at the end of each world, and they're really impressive, and that's what we're going to see in the next level, actually. And it was also a challenge for us to make sure that putting 3D elements wouldn't feel out of place, because it can be weird to have 3D elements in a 2D game. So we worked a lot on this, making sure that they will look right. And what is great is that since they can move in the foreground, in the background, they give you a feeling that you're not just in a 2D environment, but more in a really 3D world.
Right.
So this is one of the big boss fights that we have at the end of the fourth world. So it's kind of a difficult level. And as you can see, the players in this level have a new power. They can throw flying punches, and that will be really useful to defeat the boss.
So obviously one of the great things about Rayman is not only its style and art, but also the fact that it did offer a challenge. So those that always like that about the Rayman games are not going to be disappointed.
No,
this
not
time
disappointed. I would say that the game will be maybe more accessible to players who are not that good, I would say, because we have now an open structure. So people can choose what level they're going to do next. But trust me, for players who want to fully complete the game, there are very, very tough challenges. And actually, there's more also an exploration challenge in this one, because you have to explore the level to find all the tinsies that have been captured. So that's a good replayability to the levels. So yeah, this is one of these big boss fights. So you have to avoid the laser and make sure that you punch the diamond inside his mouth to break it. So as you can see, part of the boss is in the background and another part is in the foreground,
it looks phenomenal.
And you can see really like moving and creating this great feeling of 3D.
I do a great job as well. Like, sometimes it can be very difficult to fuse those 2D and 3D assets and not make it look odd.
Exactly.
And it looks really sharp.
Yeah, it was a challenge for us. Yeah, making sure that again this wouldn't feel out of place. And since the graphics in 2Ds are very sharp, we had to make sure that the 3D models were also very, very sharp and that they would look great. So here they have to protect behind these flying things to make sure they don't get fried again. And quickly they have to go on the other side to hit the diamond. Yeah. Oh, almost. Ah. So what I like about this boss fight is that they're not just arenas where you fight the boss. There are also quick, basically level design sequence between the arenas to make sure they really feel like levels from Rayman and not just boss fights. So here they have to quickly go. Yeah, almost there. Yeah, nice. So of course, like in all good games, the boss has 3 life points. So
of course.
Yeah, he already lost 2 points. So they were going up for the final sequence, which you will see is kind of tricky. Wow.
Oh, that's great.
So this is really the transition I like, between the different arenas. Really wow sequence.
Well, I mean, platformers in the traditional sense. I love that you guys are kind of dynamically creating the level as they're progressing through.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
So here, they have to swing on those chains. and they have to actually protect themselves behind the platform. Wow, and that's the end of the demo.
Oh.
Sorry.
All
Yeah,
right.
we had limited time.
Oh,
Sorry
okay.
for that.
So it comes out, if I'm not mistaken, actually a couple days earlier in Europe.
Yeah, the
And then-
29th of August in Europe and the 3rd of September in the US.
And obviously out for the Wii U, but I understand it's also going to be coming to some of the other
Exactly,
consoles.
so it's going to be on the Wii U, the Xbox 360, the PS3, and the Vita.
Excellent.
Four platforms all on the same day.
Now, for anyone who's not played a Rayman game, what would you tell that audience of folks, especially those who like platformers and maybe don't realize what kind of experience they can
I
have?
would say that this game is so huge, so rich, with huge diversity that you really can't miss it. I mean, it's like, again, 120 levels, 20 hours of gameplay to finish the game. I mean, it's a huge experience, and you can share it with your friends, which is also amazing. Play on the couch with 4 friends or even 5 friends on the Wii U. It's just great.
And then I had one other question about the challenges.
Yes.
Are you going to have some sort of a leaderboard system,
Yes.
or it will constantly be tracking sort of who's
Exactly. Every day you have a specific leaderboard for the new challenge. So you have 24 hours to become the best player in this challenge. And the day after, this leaderboard is still here, but the challenge disappears, and a new challenge and new leaderboard appear. So every day you have a chance to be like the best Rayman player.
Awesome. All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
We appreciate
Thanks for
it,
having
guys.
me.
Check
Thanks.
it out. Coming late August and early September.
Exactly.
And you can go check it out. It's Rayman Legends. We will be back with more coverage live from day 3 of E3 2013. I'm DJ Wheat, and we'll be back with more after this.